Line up the Cobos for 3 pickups.
Well, I was the pioneer to be the first on most of these mountains.
All right, we are in our 4th year of the 509 Women of Winter contest. I'm pretty excited that this contest has been running for so long. It's a super cool way to bring together women in the community of snowmobiling. It's really fun to see everyone's entries, and it's fun to come up with the themes each year too. This year we chose Hometown Showdown, which is sweet because it really includes everyone. It's not just about riding big crazy backcountry, it's about ditch banging on the prairies, it's about racing, it's about trail riding, it's about the snowmobiling community. So we get to peek inside the lives of all the lady snowmobilers around the world. We're gonna have some great entries. It's really cool to see what everyone comes up with. And this year, I will be doing the Revelstoke edition, which is super cool. I love this town. I've lived here for 17 years. We have the terrain, we have the snow, we have the most amazing conditions for the best snowmobiling in the galaxy, in my opinion. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the ride. So the history of snowmobiling in Revelstoke runs super deep. It's really cool. The Revelstoke Snowmobile Society, which is now called the Revelstoke Snowmobile Club, came into existence in 1968. So it's crazy to think that less than 10 years after the first sleds were in production, that we already had a club up and running. These things made it across the continent, and then they were pioneering up the slopes we ride today. So keep in mind that this was done without using Google Earth or any other satellite imagery that we have today, and that the technology of the machines has slightly improved. You could imagine breaking trail on a 371cc Ski-Doo Nordic with a 121-inch track and half-inch paddles. So many of the heroes that blazed these trails for us almost 60 years ago are luckily still around to tell their stories. This includes Terry Fleming and Dusty Wiedemann, whom some of our trails here in Revelstoke are named after. I envision them boot packing and bumper pushing each other up the entire mountain, and it would have taken them 3 days to get there. And today it only takes us about an hour from our houses. That early passion and commitment were the building blocks of what Revelstoke has become today. So we live in the mecca of snow. We are the first big mountain range off the coast mountains, so that basically means that all of the weather that comes off the Pacific Ocean runs into our mountains and dumps on us. We get 6-meter average snowfall every winter, and our base usually sits at an average of 1.5. Some winters are better than others, obviously. It's amazing. We get this coastal influence and this continental influence, and we just get the most amazing density of snow. It's like blower pow, but still has some give to it. We often will get 20-30 centimeter snowfalls, and those make the best storm riding days when we have those dark, moody skies and big snowflakes falling through the air. Revelstoke is right in the heart of the Columbias. So we have the Columbia River that flows down through our valley bottom, and we're flanked on the west by the Monashee Mountains and on the east by the Selkirk Range. Some of our peaks reach up to 3,000 meters in places, and the variety of riding is as diverse as your skills will allow you. We have surreal alpine terrain with 360-degree views of mountains. We have mellow meadows. We have tree riding for days when avi danger is high. We have super fun featurey bowls. We have chutes to climb, creeks to bash, and all the technical steep treed terrain you could dream of. One of my favorite parts is the huge network of logging roads that we have access to that will take you deep into these side valleys where you can explore and choose your own adventure. But the best part is you can be unloading in 5 minutes from town and up the mountain within the hour on a groomed trail with access to all these different terrain types. It's pretty rare not to be able to find a riding partner in Revi, no matter what day of the week it is. The combination of snow and terrain attracts all the like-minded people. We have a huge population of recreationalists and professionals, whether they're snowmobilers, skiers, snowboarders, avalanche industry. We have a huge growing youth network, which is really cool. We have a ton of events that happen through the year. Not only does the club put on a bunch of events, there's charity rides, ladies rides, avalanche awareness days, all these things that are bringing people from within and outside of our community. So it's super cool to see everyone that shares this passion come together in such a cool little town. Ladies, well, I hope you really enjoyed my episode, the Revelstoke edition of the Hometown Showdown. It was so cool to see all the entries come in, and as it is every year, it was super hard to pick the winners. We had entries from New Mexico, Alaska, all over the prairies. We got to see all the snowmobile clubs, all the different styles of riding. I am super stoked this year at how much this contest has grown, and I'm really excited for next year. But without further ado, we should probably announce the winners for this year. So, in third place, hailing from Denali, Alaska, Tanya S.I. So she showed the beauty of her backyard with the amazing mountain ranges and glaciers. In second place, we have Lainey Kinnear from Crow's Nest Pass, Alberta. That's at Kinlan 2014. This was a super cool one. It was really well thought out, super young little girl, and she really promoted how grateful she was for her parents, for her club, for the local community to help getting her out sledding. So I really like this one.
Snowmobiling in my hometown isn't just a hobby, it's a way of life. Growing up here, my family has always been my biggest support. From early mornings to late nights, they've been there, cheering me on every step of the way. Whether it's the snow-covered mountains or the thrill of the ride, the community spirit is something I've always cherished. I'm also incredibly grateful for the local businesses that help keep me on the trails, from the mechanics who keep my sled running smoothly to the folks who help maintain the trucks that get us there. Their support makes all the difference. A huge shout out to the Crow Snow Riders for keeping the trails groomed and the snowmobiling community strong. This hometown, my family, and my community are what make snowmobiling here so special.
And in first place, bit of a landslide this year, we have Megan Good. She's from just east of Edmonton, Alberta. Megan Dawn Good is her Instagram handle. I think her segment might have been better than mine, and it was such a super thoughtful entry and really showcased her hometown and all the beauty that there is. And it was a trail riding piece, so hope you enjoy it and can't wait for next year.
Hey, I'm Megan Good, and this is my 509 Women of Winter Hometown Showdown submission. If you're from the prairies, your love for snowmobiling probably started with small town roots, local cabin rides, and a gathering of your favorite people. I know mine did. I spent my childhood winters on river rides, exploring endless trails, and warming up in cabins that were maintained by clubs that were passionate about their love for snowmobiling and bringing people together. From a little girl to a woman to a mom, I'm lucky to be able to share the joy of what a warm Saturday ride feels like with my own boys on trails that feel like home. Exploring history in the local cabins, soaking up the sunshine, and being a part of something much bigger than just our own riding crew. A community centered around making memories that turn into pieces of our legacy, connecting with others, and keeping those local prairie trails accessible to all. My hope is that as the years go on and we make more memories on the trails, that my boys will hold close to the fact that Mom helped piece it all together, that when they think of snowmobiling and the legacy, they think of her.